Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and my next review will be here next to me. We have Bustin Loose with Richard Pryor and Cicely Tyson. This is a first-time watch for me. In one of my recent purchases, it was in there, and I was like, oh, Richard Pryor, so I pulled it aside because I had to give it a shot. I've always kind of followed his stuff. Not everything he does is fantastic, but for the most part, Richard Pryor is Richard Pryor. Little quick summary into this is about an ex-con who has to drive cross-country in a bus with a bunch of misfit kids and their teacher to go out west to Seattle. And a bunch of hijinks happen along the way. Anyways, things I liked about this for sure was Richard Pryor. He's funny. The one thing for me was, and I read something about it and thought, oh, that's interesting. Even in this movie felt a lot like Bad News Bears, just for the fact that he was like cussing, and he wasn't drinking, but he was cussing and smoking, and just the Richard Pryor for every other movie that's like an adult movie. The kids weren't bad. The ending on this was definitely probably the best part, just because of how it ended. The music in this, I don't know if it was all Roberta Flack, but there was a lot of Roberta Flack. It was very like groovy music. That was really cool. The movie itself is definitely worth a watch if you're a Richard Pryor fan. For me, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'm going to watch it again, so I actually already have it posted to sale. So if you want it, it's there. The thing I did not really care for, because I couldn't, well, no, I don't want to say I didn't care for it, but the one thing that kind of stumped me, because I was trying to figure out why they did what they did. So the part where he meets up with the KKK members and the blind kid pulls his face, the thing off his face, and they're like freaking out, or that guy like freaks out, and Richard Pryor was like, or Joe Braxton was like, oh, they're all blind. And then he just kind of was like, oh, okay. And then they get off the bus and help him. My question is, what was he going to do if they weren't all blind? What was he going to kill all the kids? Like, that part to me was like, what? That didn't make much sense. But that and a few little slow spots here and there, the different hijinks that they hit on their way were pretty good. My favorite scene, like I said, was the emotional part, but then there was some funny laughs in it spread throughout. So overall, this wasn't bad. And like I was saying, my thing that I read is Cicely Tyson originally did not want to work with Richard Pryor because he cusses a lot. In the movie, she's literally telling him not to cuss, not to smoke, and stuff like that. So that was kind of interesting to see. Director in this, we have Oz Scott, who I've never heard of anything he's ever done. Looks a lot stuff like this that's kind of falls between the cracks and nobody ever knows about. IMDb gave this a 6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 60%. Dog Bones gave it a 3 out of 4. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. I was really impressed with the box office for two reasons I'm about to tell you. One, the box office was $31.3 million. So I'll just get to that other part. But budget of 11, so I made $20.3 million. Oh, excuse me. Okay, here we go. So I was just looking it up. In 1981, when this movie came out, domestic-wise, that was number 8. That was number 8. The one it was behind, one of the movies that it was behind, it was literally right in front of it, was History of the World, Part 2. So I freaking love History of the World. But this movie, 31 million, really? That's impressive as hell. Like, seriously. I don't think anybody thought this movie would make 31 million. But the end, yeah, so let me go to the interesting fact part now. So this movie on Box Office Mojo, overall, it was number 20 for 1981. Of every movie that came out in 1981, it was number 20. I think the top box office movie during that year was like Superman 2, one of the Superman movies. But anyways, so not really a crazy year for like fantastic 80s movies, because I personally have not seen Superman 2, so I'm not going to say I don't think it's a fantastic movie, but I've never really, it's not drawn my interest enough yet to be like, I got to watch this. And wasn't Richard Pryor also in one of the Supermans? I think he was in like the third one, where the Superman's like holding him in his arms or whatever. But yeah, anyway, so that was kind of interesting to see that. And yeah, I mean, definitely Bad News Bears style for sure. Like, it's worth it. Like, let's see. I haven't seen the old Bad News Bears. I have seen the new one with Billy Bob Thornton. It was okay. It was worth a few laughs. I mean, it was okay. This was way better. Music was better. I'm pretty sure I like Richard Pryor better than Billy Bob Thornton. Just overall, this is not a lot of people have heard of it. I guarantee it, but it's definitely worth it if you want to see a pretty entertaining movie. But that's it for that. Up next will be, I'm just going to say I don't know, because I have 3 movies here. I got Open Range, The Accountant, and Cover Up. So it'll be one of those most likely. As far as that sale goes, I'll probably have a sale popping up here within the next day or two. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'll have an eBay sale going. So with that being said, you guys have a good day. Like and subscribe. Check out my letterbox. Check out my eBay. Definitely check that out because, like I said, there will be a sale starting here eventually. Have a happy holiday.